Hello everyone and welcome back to 3D Evolution. So today the plan is to transform all these 2D objects. Remember, we built those using the grease pencil, so that's crazy, but it's a 2D object in 3D space. We are gonna build this using real 3D objects. So I'm gonna start with something like a warm-up, meaning just one small object like that, which is gonna be fairly easy. As I mentioned before, if you have an idea of what you wanna do, you can just start right away. Otherwise, you can try to find some references online to have a foundation on which to build. So let's start. I'm gonna just duplicate this object and then select on the cursor to move it right in the middle of our scene, and let's start creating now. This is gonna take a bit of time, so what I'm gonna do is maybe speed up some sections, some portion of the 3D modeling part, okay, because those manipulations I'm doing, you normally know at this intermediate level how to do it. The great thing is we've got our, let's say we can call that a reference. Okay. Now let's add foot. I had something in mind, a bit particular, but let's think about how we would go about doing it. Okay, what do you guys think? That's the kind of foot I had in mind. I'm not sure now that I see it. So there we go. We got our table. Okay, we got our first table over here, as we've said. So now let's move this where they are. Okay. So that's just the start. Now we need, of course, to build chairs all around here. The coffee tables for the outside. There might be the smaller version of this one, which is great. This I can delete because it was just, let's say, a placeholder, the reference found in the middle here. I'd like to have the chairs for the outside, stools, counter. I'm gonna activate the shortcuts. Okay, it's time to do the chairs. Now, if I am to add a curve, let's say a basic curve, go to edit mode. I can just delete all the vertices, so my curve is still here, but there is no curve object. What I can now do is use the draw tool to draw what I want to have. So let's draw. So that's the back of my chair. Let's see, does it look comfortable to you? Doesn't, huh? Okay, and now I'd like to add something here. That looks cool. What do you think? Huh? So convert to mesh. So let's use the knife tool. last leg, which is this one here. Now we've got one chair. Remember, what is essential in this situation is to apply the scale, of course. Let's place this chair everywhere it's needed. And one thing I didn't do with the table that I will need to is to duplicate like I did like that, but not using Shift D, but using Alt D. That this, what it does, is creating what is called a linked duplicate. This means that those two chairs are linked. If I am to modify one of them, the other one will be modified. To move a bit forward, now I'm gonna add balls. It's something that looks like just let's say a temporary thing, okay? And this, I'm just gonna use it as a floor. Okay. So what we need in here is this counter. Objects on the counter, like I have a coffee machine in mind, these kind of things. Okay, now I'm just gonna add the stairs and the benches. Okay, I think we've got our space. So now, let's have a look. Ooh, that's looking alright. Remember, there should be shades in front of this. That could do the trick. That could do the trick. I'm missing something. I'm just gonna add a simple object to just simulate the people. Okay. She doesn't have legs. Alright, alright. That sounds okay, doesn't it? And this at the back is good enough because it's, let's say, dark in the shadows, so it's just creating contrast between here and the background. Okay, so that's my 3D blockouts. Okay, kinda look a bit better. Alright, I think, let's say we're done. What do you think? I'm just gonna do a render and we'll call it done for the moment. At one point we need to call it done, of course. As I might have already mentioned before, the goal is to push yourself as much as you can, but to make sure we have something done at the end. Not to overwork and to push it to the perfection that doesn't exist. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this little part and that you all, as usual, managed to do it in your own projects. And I'll see you next time for which part is it next time? Next time for a bit about more of the lighting process, or maybe just some refinement after this 3D blockout. Okay, see you next time. Have fun, have a great time, a great life as usual, and I'll see you later. Bye.